I am Juan Pablo Ibáñez from Argentina, and thanks to Bazar de Magia, I am presenting this novelty. So let's see how it works, and you'll surely include it in your act, because it's very easy to perform and very visual. Hi Juan Pablo, would you like to buy this deck? Yeah, sure, how much is it? $1. Can I pay with a check? No. Okay, you prefer cash. So there you are, $1. Thank you. No, thank you. Let's see this. Here I have $2. Yes, $2. And I have 2 Argentine pesos in my pocket. Exactly, 2 Argentine pesos. And as I said, here I have $2. My friends, this is the fastest trick you'll see. In an instant, these 2 Argentine pesos turn into 2 American dollars. Instantaneous bill change. 2 Argentine pesos turn into 1 American dollar. You will receive a gimmick ready to perform the change from a check to a bill. So you can perform it right away. And you will also receive the accessories and all you need to build another one with the bills you want. What you need to build up your own gimmick is the following: 6 pieces of celluloid or thin plastic, of which 2 have these little cuts on these corners. I'll show you what for in a while. 2 square pieces of metal where the magnet will get stuck, a little magnet, and a check that has to be the same size as the bills you'll use. This is how you'll have to prepare the gimmick. We already have the following step done. Let me show you this prepared bill. On the face of the bill, you'll have to fold the bill outwards and lengthwise with the face of the bill facing you, and then fold it outwards sideways, creasing the fold strongly. Then fold the second bill, but this time fold it inwards, always with the face of the bill facing you, and again fold inwards. Always creasing the fold strongly. So one is folded inwards, lengthwise and sideways, and the other one is folded outwards, both lengthwise and sideways. We also fold the check the same way, inwards with the face of the check facing you. Now we'll have to stick the pieces of celluloid or plastic, the 2 little pieces of metal, and the magnet. Where did we do this? As you can see, on the bill that is folded outwards, we'll apply some rubber cement to stick the little pieces of celluloid like this. Here you'll apply the rubber cement, and we will center each piece of celluloid centered in relation with each quadrant. Look how the little piece of plastic is centered within the quadrant. The same on the other side of the bill, the same here and here as well. Now I'll stick the last piece. Here you have rubber cement on both surfaces. And notice that these 2 little pieces of plastic on the right have a little cut in one corner. That space is where you will stick the pieces of metal. One over here, and the other one over here. In this case, we have already stuck the metal and magnet to the check, right behind the check. But you can stick them with rubber cement on the bill in these positions. Here you can see the magnet and the piece of metal behind the check.
Luego, en este caso, vamos a pegar ahora de esta manera. Tenemos que armar todo el gimmick. Se coloca cemento de contacto. Acá está todo precolocado.
So to show you how this should look as you build your gimmick, on the bill with Washington facing you, stick the 4 pieces of plastic, being the 2 with the cuts on the right.
Los que tienen los 2 cortes. El billete que tiene el prócer.
The bill, which is folded inwards, will turn it around and will stick a piece of plastic with a cut on the top right quadrant, a piece of plastic on the top left one, and a little piece of metal on the lower left corner. And on the back of the check, you'll stick the piece of metal on the top left corner and the magnet on the bottom left corner. So once again, let's see how the preparation should look. On the face of the first dollar bill, the 4 pieces of plastic. The 2 on the right are the ones with the cuts. The bill that is folded inward, once we've turned it around, will stick 1 piece of plastic with a cut on the top left quadrant and a piece of metal on the bottom left corner. And on the back of the check, a piece of metal on the top left corner and a magnet on the bottom left corner, leaving some space around them.
Para que permita ser pegado después sin que se note la presencia de estos materiales. Ahora vamos a ver cómo. Un poquito de espacio.
And finally, apply rubber cement on the 2 bills and check. I'll show you how. I'm doing a quick demonstration, but be sure to spread the rubber cement on all the surface of the bills and check. And finally, apply rubber cement on the 2 bills and check. I'll show you how. I'm doing a quick demonstration, but be sure to spread the rubber cement on all the surface of the bills and check. Remember this space around the magnet and the pieces of metal. I'll show you why this is important in a while. And we will finally stick the 3 parts together, and we'll do it like this. On top of the bill with the 4 plastics, remember the ones with the cuts on the right, we'll stick the other bill, which has to be facing the same direction, with Washington's face facing you, in both bills. But be sure only to stick the bottom half of the bill. Look, the bills are facing the same direction and you'll only stick the bottom half. And be sure also that both bills are properly squared. So we'll end up with both bills facing the same direction, stuck only by the bottom half. Then we'll stick the check over here in this position and making the corners and edges match. This is the correct position, with the check facing you. Here you can see where the magnet is. As we have left some space surrounding the magnet, we can stick the corners together, hiding the magnet. We'll apply some extra rubber cement. And the magnet will be unnoticeable. Square the corners and the edge Apply some pressure. So if it's done properly, this is the gimmick you will build. The same happens at the corners where the pieces of metal are. So you'll end up with a magnet over here, one piece of metal over here, and another piece of metal over here. And as the paper's corners are stuck, they will be unnoticeable. So this is how the gimmick looks. Remember to spread the cement on all the surface of each part to be glued. And finally, all we have to do is fold and mark strongly the creases so the gimmick will work better when you handle it. Fold it like this. Mark the creases strongly. Fold again. Do this many times, and the gimmick will be more flexible. So this is how the gimmick looks. And if the check is facing you, you should be able to join the corners on this side either upwards or downwards. Also mark the crease on the lengthways fold of the gimmick. So here you have the opening where the middle finger will go, and you'll be able to open it sideways and then do the change by moving the middle finger upwards. Now to perform the effect, we'll add a normal bill which will be placed facing the same direction as the one on the gimmick. Here, like this. This case is also a $1 bill, and it is facing the same direction as the gimmick. And by folding, the magnet will stick to the piece of metal and hold a normal bill inside the gimmick. So now we are set to go. Why do we add these thin pieces of plastic or celluloid to the gimmick? To help make the paper stronger, and it will be easier to make the folding and unfolding when you perform the trick. For example, this bill, which is unprepared, if I want to do the movement, only this corner would open up when I try to unfold it. But with the rest of the gimmick, only by moving the middle finger at this point, here over here, because of the plastic pieces, the whole piece of paper or bill will open up more easily. So to perform, I place a regular bill inside. You can trim the ends if needed, because the bills have to be as squared as you can. And that's it, you are set to go. Remember, this opening will help you grab the gimmick in the correct position to perform. You can leave it inside your pocket or on top of the table. When you reach for the gimmick, you put the middle finger right in the opening. Right here, let me show you. So you take out the gimmick. You can show it both sides, and then let go, and it will unfold. And as we've seen before, by moving the middle finger upwards, the magnet at the opposite corner will come off and join the corner where the magnet and the upper piece of metal is. Quickly at this point, you retrieve your index finger and then join these two corners with the magnet. Now you can show both bills, both sides, being careful not to flash this edge with the opening. Then you can finally hand out this bill and keep the gimmick. Let's see how a check instantly turns into cash. Let's see how it works. This one is a normal bill, and this one is a gimmicked one. The gimmick consists of a bill made out of 3 parts. $2 notes, front and back, and the check.
Dos de ellas conforman un dólar, en este caso, y el otro lado es,
They are stuck like this,
todo esto está pegado,
and in the inside it has a celluloid.
una pequeña alma dentro de un celuloide, le da cuerpo.
This makes the gimmick strong enough.
Luego veremos cómo
We'll then see how it is built.
el efecto.
The effect is done like this.
Toma el billete normal,
The regular bill goes inside the gimmick,
en el lugar donde estaría con la misma cara,
right here, where the face of the dollar is facing the same direction.
y luego se cierra.
Then you fold the gimmick,
Y vamos a ver que queda
and you see that the magnet will stick this corner over here.
porque en este billete el gimmick hay en el
Here at this corner, where the bill and the check are glued, is the little magnet.
hay un imán. Y en los otros extremos donde se junta
And at these other corners, there are little pieces of metal which will allow the magnet to get stuck either upwards or downwards. Here, upwards
o bien pega
or downwards.
hacia abajo. Cualquiera de las posiciones,
So, in any of these two positions, the corners will stay stuck,
el otro extremo
while this other will stay open, so you can stick your finger in to perform the effect. So, once again, here is where you put the regular bill, facing the same direction.
se cierra por el lado donde está el imán,
Join the corners using the magnet,
todo prolijito,
and this end will stay open, while this other will stay stuck together.
se coloca el dedo allí,
Stick your middle finger in this opening and show the check, being careful with the angle and not showing the bill.
abajo, que está cerrado, se exhibe el cheque. La forma de mostrarlo,
If you fold it, you'll be able to show both sides.
cuando lo abro, tengo que tener cuidado,
When you open it up, be careful not to show the bottom part.
plano o un poquito inclinado,
Show its front or slightly tilt it forward.
en el caso de la cámara está recta,
Always check your angles with your spectators.
les abro el cheque rápidamente para que no se vea este pequeño flash que lo voy a colocar acá, pero rápidamente,
So open up the check quickly.
puede que se vea. Ahora sí,
If you do it fast enough, you won't flash the part of the bill on the back.
rápidamente. Entonces se evita,
Only by letting go with the thumb, the check will unfold.
está un poquito inclinado. Si está derecho,
Remember to do it quickly and with the check in a perpendicular to the floor position.
se abre
Remember the right middle finger is stuck inside the gimmick, and this is the effect.
el efecto es este. Y se puede mostrar de los dos lados. Entonces, ¿cómo se
So
logra?
how is it done? Simply by pushing upward with the middle finger,
Vamos a ponerlo en esta posición. Levantando el dedo mayor hacia arriba, como pretendiendo
like this, doing this movement. And at the same time, grabbing firmly with the thumb and index.
sacarlo, se desprende el imán.
The magnet will come off as I unfold the dollar bill.
Ejerzo con el dedo mayor,
And what we still have to do is stick the magnet to this corner
sin pegarse,
so the check stays now folded.
pegáis al final. Entonces, vamos de vuelta.
So let's see it once again. Showing everything in this position, I unfold the check, lift the middle finger, the magnet comes off,
El imán y
my right index moves to this position so I can hold both bills,
el pulgar se ocupa junto con el índice que va hacia adelante de apretar todo.
while my other hand joins these corners with the magnet.
O bien puede cerrar la mano o a veces se cierra.
Sometimes while unfolding the gimmick, the magnet will automatically join the corners hiding the check.
Movimiento y en ese momento se puede pegar el billete.
This will depend on the intensity of the movement when you open up the bill.
El pulso que le dé y del uso que tenga el billete para que esté más flojito.
Or if not, simply do it with the aid of your left hand.
Y si no se pega, simplemente con la otra mano al ir a buscarlo se ayuda. Y pega.
Let's do it one last time.
Ya terminado. Saca el bolsillo. Esto como
As
queda
this
abierto.
part stays open, you can have the gimmick inside a pocket, and as you take it out, you stick your middle finger
Está abierto.
inside the opening.
La mano va al bolsillo.
You grab the gimmick,
Rápidamente se introduce y busca esto acá. Sale.
unfold it,
Se suelta y abre.
unfold it sideways,
Se levanta.
unfold it upwards, and stick the corner with the magnet.
Aquí hago este movimiento. Pongo el dedo índice en el medio.
To avoid the magnet and piece of metal doing a noise, you can put your left middle finger inside, like this, as you join the corners.
Hacer este movimiento y suavemente pegan así. Entonces se evita el ruido. Entonces simplemente
So, once again,
y se muestra
and you can finally show both sides of both builds, being careful not to flash the opening of the gimmick.
el problema. No hay que girar así, sino hay que girarlo de esta manera. Entonces siempre está el lado cerrado a la vista. Ese es el efecto
So this is the effect.
Vamos a ver la versión donde
In this other version, I have $2.
$2.
Yes, $2.
$2, ¿no?
Because here in my pocket I have 2 Argentine pesos. So I was right.
2 pesos. Entonces tenía
These
acá-
were $2. This version adds some misdirection, so spectators won't even know when the magic happened.
El detector no sabe cuándo ocurrió. Se usa el mismo billete al que le colocamos
In
el
this
billete,
case, the gimmick is made with the 2 Argentine pesos instead of the check.
$10, pues son 2
You can also use 5 or 10 pesos if you prefer.
Tengo 2 pesos argentinos, puede ser 2 pesos de cualquier país y $2. Entonces se coloca
The setup is exactly the same,
junto con el otro dólar
with the bill inside facing the same direction
se cierra por el
and
lado
joining the corners with the magnet.
y queda preparado allí abierto para poner
The opening where you put the middle finger,
y los dos. Entonces se puede mostrar de esta manera.
you can show it like
Tengo otro
this,
billete de 2 pesos en el bolsillo de mi
and I have another 2 pesos inside my pocket.
Ahí. Entonces ahora abrimos un poquito la imagen para ver esto.
So I show the 2
Yo
pesos,
digo,
but I
son
say
2
I have $2.
En ese
And when I
momento la
reach
mano
for the
viene
2
a
pesos
buscar
in my pocket,
al bolsillo, digo, acá en el bolsillo tengo 2 pesos, acá tengo
As
2
I am
dólares, acá
taking
tengo
them
2
out,
pesos. En el
as
momento que saco
everybody
los
is
2
looking
pesos,
this
ocurre
way,
una misdirección hacia ese lugar, todo el mundo mira allí,
at the same time,
obviamente con este
I
movimiento
open up the
hago
gimmick and make the transformation.
esto. Al sacudir un poquito ya logré que se pegara el billete. Entonces termina el efecto ahí como que en realidad tenía aquí 2 dólares en lugar de 2 pesos. Entonces
I'll do it again.
saco 2 pesos. Muestro y digo, no,
I say I have $2 and
ya
simultaneously, as I take out the 2 pesos,
simultáneamente con la sacada,
I make the
ocurre
magic happen.
el efecto que mostramos antes, que ahora me permite dejar acá.
And I can show both dollar bills, always being careful not to
No
show
haciendo
the
así, porque
opening,
acá se vería la abertura, sino siempre tomándolo
flipping the gimmick bill
de
like
manera
this.
para que quede siempre para mi lado la parte que tiene que ver con en ocasiones, como vamos a ver ahora, si el movimiento
Remember that sometimes, as I unfold the gimmick,
ahora vamos a ver así,
if I do a little movement,
se pega
the magnet will stick
Entonces,
automatically.
la colaboración de la otra mano. Si uno el billete, el gimmick lo tiene bien doblado varias veces,
If you
está
practice it,
acostumbrado
you'll be able to do
al
it.
movimiento. Después aquí vamos a ver cómo se pega solo. Entonces ya no necesito de la otra mano. Y ahí tomo y muestro el billete, los 2 billetes de $2. Ahora vamos a ver
And now you'll see the version with only $1 bill.
de un solo billete. Esto es como
You
para
can
hacer
perform this when you are on stage and spectators don't have to examine the bills, or when you are doing a musical routine.
un show musical, por ejemplo. Se saca el billete de
You take out the gimmick from your pocket.
peso.
Remember, the opening makes it easy to stick your middle finger to take it out ready to unfold it. But in this case, with the aid of the middle finger of the other hand to unfold the bills upwards.
Para mostrar cómo lo hice.
So once again, I take out the gimmick, and with the aid of this finger, I make the magnet come off.
Aquí abajo el dedo mayor de la otra mano y desprendo al imán que está aquí. Todo esto hecho de frente.
So you do this movement with both hands and perform the bill change as I have explained in other videos of bill changes.
Versiones de video, pero con este billete que está tocado y pegado. Entonces levanto el dedo mayor lentamente.
So I move the middle finger upwards like this, both middle fingers, in this movement,
Ocurre el cambio.
and I do the transformation.
Sacar el dedo,
Now I will have to retrieve both index fingers
pulgares y el mayor,
and stick the corner.
me permite mostrarlo
And I can show it both ways, flipping it like this.
una vez más.
So once again, I take out the bill, unfold it sideways,
El dedo pasa por el
use the middle finger sliding it like this, make the change and show it both sides.
para evitar el ruido que
To avoid the sound that is produced when the magnet hits the piece of metal,
se pega el imán con la chapita.
you can either patter at the same time, so you cover the sound with your voice,
Un ruido que no necesariamente de acá, acá. Simplemente al mover el pecho así puede ocurrir un ruido natural. Por ejemplo.
Or
Y
you
si
can
no,
unfold the bill
esta técnica que es para
without completing the movement, not letting the magnet hit the piece of metal.
que se terminen de pegar, para que no pase el ruido. Entonces, en ese
And in
caso,
this case,
hago el efecto y lo dejo
I don't stick
pegado.
the magnet with the metal.
Entonces, finalmente pongo los
And then, with the aid of your left hand, putting your fingers like this, slowly join the corners without making any noise.
hacia afuera y me permite que lentamente apriete. Queda pegado.
Like this.
Hago el efecto, lo estamos viendo de
So I do the effect like this. I slide my hand, and then I can show both sides of the bill.
la forma de evitar el ruido. También puedo
This
evitar
is a way of avoiding the noise.
transparente.
You can also stick some transparent tape which will act as a cushion, and that will lower the intensity of the
Un poco
sound.
más el ruido, hace como una especie de aislamiento entre el imán y la chapita, entonces pueden lograr evitar el ruido de mayor medida. Esta es la forma en que pegamos el billete. Así.
Bueno, te decía que me gustaron.
Okay, I'll take the book, the deck, and the tumbler. How much is it? $20, $5, and $25. I think I don't have enough. Let's see. Okay, here I have 20, 5 for the deck, and $1 left. Yes, but it's 25. Couldn't you sell it in $1? No, it's 25. Okay, never mind. I'll do like this, and voila, you're 25. And this spare dollar I will keep. To perform this trick, you'll use the gimmick to produce bills. The gimmick is the same as the one you receive with the check, but you'll have to build it up, with the items you receive, with a dollar instead of a check. So the transformation will be from $1 bill to another dollar bill. You'll build it up with the dollar bill in front, which will transform in another dollar bill, facing the same direction. And on the other side is the back of the dollar. So we change $1 to another dollar bill. And we will use the gimmick to load other bills. In this case, a 5 and a 20, which I trimmed a little bit so they don't stick out. So you can show this bill both sides as a dollar bill, but we can use it to produce other bills as we just did in the routine where we bought some items, where I needed some extra money because I only had these $5 and $20 bills. And in this case, we loaded a $5 bill and a $20 bill. And I also have the money which is not enough and which will go here in front. So when we have to pay, all we need to do is stick the finger into the opening in position to make the transformation by unfolding the gimmick. Then I can show the bills both sides. I usually fan them out, 5 and 20. So I can show on this side 1, 5 and 20, and the same on the other side. So I pattern that I need $20 for one item, 5 for another one, and I only have $1 left. So as I need some more money, all I do is this movement, opening up the gimmick as we have seen in the other tricks, and produce more bills for all I have to pay. See how I can show both sides, do the movement and produce more bills. This one is the gimmick, which I show both sides and then put away. Oh, how much is it? Sorry, can I pay with a check? No checks? You want cash? Okay, here you are. Well, thanks a lot. Okay, see you. You can pay with a check or cash, the fastest change, money. In this case, the gimmick can load 2 more bills because the magnet has enough strength to hold them.
Tiene tanta fuerza como para sostenerlo. La diferencia.
What you have to do is, once you've loaded the bills inside the gimmick, is to trim the protruding edges so all looks nice and square. So once you've placed the bills in position, the one in the middle will always stick out a little bit, so trim along the edge so the check doesn't look weird.
El medio va a quedar un poquito más corto que los demás, pero va a permitir que...
Look how the check and loaded bills look tidy and squared.
Entonces de esta manera queda al ras. Y podemos hacer el efecto.
And we can now perform the effect producing 2 more bills with which we will pay.
Que podemos dar para pagar.
Bueno, llegamos al final del video.
That's it for this video, and as you have seen, the gimmick is very easy to build and you'll surely include this effect in your routine. So if I run to you in the street, I hope you show it to me. Goodbye!
Chao.